How do you feel about the Raptors' chances going up against the Celtics?
Man, this is going to be a pick'em series to me. These both teams are playing their best basketball right now. I'm as a basketball fan, I'm excited to see these two teams play because we got two emerging stars. One is kind of taking his game already to that next level in Jason Tatum, and now Pascal Siakam trying to join that elite level of conversation, a player. So this is going to be a real great series.
How come you don't have a bold prediction like the gentleman you work with, some kind of sweep or something like that? It seems like they're blurting one of those out every other day. You got nothing for us with the Rap series?
Well, I don't call mine bold when I believe in them. So,
I like it.
I think that this is a pick'em series, though, because the one thing that I think Boston has an advantage in this regard, where both Kimba and Jason have been in a situation when they're the last guy to get the ball at end of quarters or end of games, where Pascal is learning to do that. So that bounce, got to be him now. But it wasn't the fact that he made the shot, Kawhi. It was the fact that he was going to get the ball no matter what. And when you're not, that's a change of mentality, I think, for Pascal, and he's got to go, oh, I'm the guy, I got to go get it. Because sometimes if you say that, it's too late. So he's got to have that instinctual feeling. I think with Jason Tatum and even Kimba at times, they have an instinctual feeling to say, no, I'm going to do this right now, prerequisite in their mind.
Well, here's the thing about that, Kenny. I could see that happening, and right when Pascal's about to get it, Fred VanVleet's already got it, and Fred's shooting it. Because VanVleet has that type of mentality, and I think it's time for him to get more recognition throughout the NBA. I know you guys talk about him. I know a lot of people are aware of his story coming out of Wichita State and a free agent, and signs up here, and he's just grown and grown and grown. But the numbers he's putting up, the confidence he is showing, the way he performed in the playoffs last year once he got through that Orlando debacle, that was him individually where Nick Nurse couldn't even put him on the floor. He just has something in him. He's like a playoff performer. It's just that's the way VanVleet is built. And that's why I feel confident even if Lowry's injured, he'll be able to step up.
Oh, he'll be able to step up. But I always say that, with the exception of maybe Steph Curry, that player typically has a physical advantage. Like Pascal is, pretty much taller, lengthier than most guys, where Jason Tatum 6'10", so physically they're able to impose their will even when they're not skillfully ready. And that's, where VanVleet is going all skill. LeBron doesn't always go skill. He's like, I'm just bigger than you, I'm bigger and I'm better. Even James Harden, I'm much bigger than you, and I'll be able to get by you and use my physical strength. So those are the guys. Kevin Durant, I'm 7 foot. I'm just physically, you're not able to guard my size. So that's why I go into Pascal the same way it was with Kawhi. It was like, I'm just physically better than you. I'm not only just skillfully. So that's why I think it always has to be one of those guys.
Kenny, everyone's known about Luka Doncic and his talents and what he brings to the table for Dallas. Did you think that you'd be talking about him being amongst the game's elite this early in the bubble? He's kind of made a statement the last 10 days as one of the game's best. Did you think he'd be talking like that?
Yes. I've always thought that he'd have this opportunity because I thought that this is not the 2020 season. This is a new season. You had 3.5 months off. You have a chance to recuperate, think mentally what teams have done to you. So 3 guys I thought were going to take big jumps, and there was a fourth one, Dame Lillard. So Dame Lillard, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Luka, they're no longer all-stars. They're MVP candidates now. Mm-hmm. So this is the new group of guys who will be the NBA's MVP candidates for the next 3 to 4 years. So because it was such a long layoff, I thought that would happen. I just remember myself, who was nowhere near the players that I just named. My rookie year, I averaged about 12, 13 points a game. And then in 3.5 months, I jumped to 18. And they were like, what happened? I said, I just know the league better. I just know I prepare myself. I know my body better. I know what works, what doesn't. And that's what these guys are doing with the huge skill sets that they have. So I did expect that.
With Kenny the Jet Smith from TNT, longtime NBA, everyone seems to be doing the if you were to build a franchise today for the next decade game. So I guess we'll play it. If you were to do so and you could pick one guy in the NBA today to build your franchise around for the next decade, who are you taking?
First, I got to find a if I have to be the president, of course. I'm not
right. Oh yeah. You got a 10-year deal fully guaranteed.
Oh, I'm going with Giannis. I think that he still is reaching his ceiling, and he's been the MVP of the league. He has not hit his ceiling. He is arguably one skill set away from being the most dominant player that we've seen, and that's a three-point shot. If he develops that on a consistent basis, there's no one who can take one dribble from the half court and dunk it. like not the three-point line, from half court. So his physical skills, along with his basketball skills, will make him the arguably the best player and best talent in the league.
Before we get to a really, really cool project you're involved with, and we want to spend some time on that, I got to ask you about the Paul George blowback. He's taking a lot of heat. He's not performing well. Yeah. And he's jumping on Twitter and Instagram. He's going back and forth at people. Man, there's a lot of pressure on him. There should be. Kawhi's going to do his thing. And the Clippers, like Steve Ballmer, I don't know if there's any other owner in the bubble staring at his guys during every game. But he's got to be glaring at Paul George right now. What do you expect from George, and how do you react to his whole story early into the series?
You're in L.A. You're not in Oklahoma City. You're not in Indiana. You know what I mean? This is what L.A., New York, those big markets, they live and die on every game. They believe that every game is, the end all. A guy has 2 or 3 bad games, they think it's an end all. Those are those cities because they have multiple people covering the games, and they know that have big voices. So when you want to go home, this is what you get. But the best players come out of this. If you're really who we think you are, then you're going to come out of this actually shining. So I expect him to break out of this because he's still getting the shots he wants. But this is what you ask for when you come home, though. When you come to LA, this is what you ask for.
So in response to the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic, Kenny the Jet Smith launched the Jet Academy, a first-of-its-kind series of virtual bi-weekly online basketball camps for children of all ages. The website is www.jetacademycamp.com. So take us through this. We were talking about it earlier. I mean, this sounds like a really, really cool, unique COVID-era idea. But how'd you get involved, and what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I created it once the pandemic and social distancing. I said, why should that stop the development of kids? And so I wanted to make sure that the kids were developing. I brought in Victor Oladipo, Trae Young, Kimba Walker, Breanna Stewart from the WNBA, Brittany Griner, and we become everyone's personal instructor live for an hour and a half a day. And you answer questions, you upload your videos, we bring you in the chats. You get an opportunity to talk. And again, at jetacademycamp.com, we got kids from all over the world, all over Canada, that are getting better. I got some things coming up that you might like. I'm going to put you in the I Want to Dunk segment. We teach kids how to dunk.
Okay.
We talk about explosion and getting, being a better athlete. And then we have another section where we have the trainers who train the pros. So the people who train the, Pascal Siakams and James Hardens and Kevin Durant's of the world, they show you what they do as well. And another one, how to get a scholarship, because a lot of kids in Canada figure out, how do we get a scholarship in the United States? They think you have to play on a travel ball team. That's not accurate. We show those things along with the workouts. So that's, again, jetacademycamp.com. Sign up now. No excuse not to be good in a pandemic.
That is a beautiful thing. I'm 37, but I might get in there. I got some hops for you.
I'll give you 3 inches guaranteed if you sign up. I'll get you 3 inches on your ups, brother.
Okay, you can look forward to that. It's coming. jetacademycamp.com. We're huge fans. We love you guys on TNT.
Well, you know what?
A pleasure catching up with you. What's that?
Well, all you have to do is, in not even 53 seconds, you're going to see me live on TNT. So they call me out. I'm stopping to come to you guys and have some fun. But I'm going live on TNT. We got the game OKC in Houston coming up, Miami and Indiana, man. So after you sign up at jetacademycamp.com, tune in on TNT, and I got you guys covered. I'm going to shout you out for having me on. Appreciate you.
You got it. All right, Kenny. Thanks, man. Have fun out there.